Welcome back, everybody. Captain Thief, Zelda II. Oh, shoot. Oh, hang on. Please tell me. Okay. Alright. Good. That's what I thought. Whew. Alright. So, after that long journey on Koholint Islands, I could use a stay at a town. Oh wait, I did that at the end of the last episode. Yeah, okay. Whatever. You know, it's actually been so long that I don't even remember what I was doing. All I know is that it's the first time we've come over here, so we need to check things out. Yeah, that's probably good. This is the eternal game design question. What do you do when your player hasn't played in a month and they come back and they have no idea what to do? Oops, I could walk on the water. And my idea, but it takes a lot of development, is to have varying levels of Navi annoyingness. You know, at first there's like almost none, and that's when you've, played within the last week or so. Oh, what'd you say? I am thirsty. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Every old man in the every village gave their daughter or granddaughter or something they had to prove that the hero is the hero, so send him on a quest. But she knows that he's Link and he's the hero, and let's not waste time. He needs to save Hyrule or something. So you know what? Just go get me some water. That's your quest, Link. Want to get some water? And apparently, I guess he did. And so you come back. You have water. Come to my house. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hang on. I want to make sure that Audacity is... Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, cool. So, an unfortunate thing is that it's very windy outside today. And last time, it sounded okay. I was playing Mega Monk, and the wind somehow, messed up my voice audio. So we'll see how this goes. This magic will make your sword shoot fire. Okay. Now, I know what you're thinking. Fire is a really cool spell. Also, no, he didn't. How do I... Oh, okay. So, now it shoots fireballs. I don't know, actually... Okay, what I was getting at is that this spell, despite being kind of cool, is one of the least used spells ever, even when it's actually very relevant. Which is actually right now. Let me show you why. Not on Grandma. She doesn't need to be on fire. I'm gonna check for any more houses. I know this game pretty well, so I know kind of where to go. What I was getting at earlier is I don't remember what I haven't gotten, like hearts and stuff. Are you a healer? You weren't here earlier. Stop by for a while. Revived. Okay. There's a lot of interpretations about what happened in that house. See a man in Darunia before the islands. Sure. Okay, I think we can talk to this guy several times. You are persistent. Find heart over ocean. I mean, it's kind of helpful, but it doesn't make sense now. Kind of like the secret is in the tip of the nose, stuff like that. Okay, so this road just stops there. Okay, I will admit that Hoverbat kind of makes the quest for bringing her water more relevant. You're not just bringing her water, you're actually repairing the town's waterway. Let's see what's down to the south. Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you about this. I can't kill these Tektites. Until now. With fire, anyway. They're only worth 50. Well, 50 is still a decent chunk. Okay, I keep forgetting that I can just do this. And then this. And I thought I could beat this game with one continue. Okay. Fire good? Fire's okay. I mean, you know, it comes up. But, you know, most people, when they come across these blue creatures that you can, like, kill with fire, they tend to just run away, because there's no requirement to kill them. Yeah. And even me, I feel like I should be running away, but, I don't know, I got this fire. I worked for that cup of water. Okay, I forgot what was in here. I bet it's like a heart piece or a medicine bottle. A magic bottle. And again, you know, it's not like everything that's blue. Oh. Okay, I don't know what his deal is then. It's a pea bag. But it's a 500 pea bag. Okay, I think you can only kill him when his eye is open. And he can only kill me whenever, so let's give him the advantage. He can live here alone. I killed all his Tektite friends, and now he can't have his Tektite parties anymore. Doesn't my voice sound normal? From my inside the skull sounding thing, I still feel a little stuffy. But for the most part, I do feel kind of normal. I felt like, you know, this is actually a good opportunity to do this. I forgot what these are called. They're levers, I think. I was going to give them high marks for being worth 20 EXP, but then they immediately proved me wrong by giving 10. Okay, so getting a 500 P bag means I have to come back to town and rest. It's just the fact of the matter. Now, you may have calculated, you may have noticed that drinking a full magic thing gives you a little bit more than max MP, but what's crazy is that Grandma gives you even more than that. Because if I use life before I'm done using my magic, or, you know, if I cast life, then it only goes up a bit, but doesn't fill up all the way. But it fills up more than if I had, you know, not done that. Whereas, as you just saw, you know, the magic kept filling regardless. I don't need you anymore, red dress lady. Oh yeah, and Hoverbed also makes it so you can kill blue enemies without fire. Hooray. But then he also gave more uses for fire, so win-win? I'm certain we're going this way. Octorok. Why aren't you playing the Hoverbed version? I have to beat this first, okay? It's a rite of passage. It's not like the worst. Okay, many regard it as the worst Zelda game, but I don't think it is. Or if it is, you know, it doesn't really deserve that baggage. Okay, so what are we doing here? I'll tell you what we're doing here. We're supposed to see this just so we know we can't get to it, I think. And what does that mean? Well, it means that, you know, we'll be like, oh, I have a vague memory about where we're supposed to go next. Funny enough, we're actually going to a palace first, so, you know, this is like a palace ahead of where we're supposed to be. Okay, do I have a flute whistle? Nope, I don't. Okay, so never mind. We're not going south-south just yet. My one weakness, wanting magic. Okay. Now I'm thinking things. And that's dangerous. What am I thinking? I was actually thinking about... Okay, so Chrono Tripper actually found I keep trying to call it a survival guide. It's not the survival guide, it's a player's manual for Zelda DX. In English this time. No Bomben, Mittenheimer, Helfen bombs this time. So I was actually, well, it didn't have the same exact first 2 pages, but, you know, it did kind of cover some things. And I think I'm trying to remember when life was still tender. Back in September. I'm just checking around, okay? You know, this is how a new player would act. This is also how somebody who hasn't played this game in years would act. Anyway, the English Player's Guide was saying that Hyrule was a place that was inhabited by magical people. And that at some point, people lost the ability to do magic. And that gave me a lot of things to think about. Hang on, checking on Audacity. Yeah, there's some wind blowing. Please don't destroy the audio. Really would appreciate that. Anyway, yeah, so Hyrule used to be inhabited by magical casting people, but they lost the ability at some point, and now people just kind of wander the ruins of a great civilization and finding magical relics and stuff. How many lives do I even have? I can't pause while I'm on the overworld because of course not. I got 2 bubbles. Yeah. How come I lost my collar tunic from Link's Awakening? Ah. Good question. There we go. Okay, I think the bubbles plus Pit of Death are the worst combination. Okay, so this is Mountain Town of Darunia. Alright, so let's just kind of check around here. I have a penchant, a penchant, if you will, of mostly talking to people in houses, not people on the street, because they're just like, Ganon's eyes are everywhere. The devil does not like noise. Okay, well that's actually helpful. Stop by for a while. Might as well. Dun 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 dun. Okay, I thought someone was gonna pop out of that house. Guys, you ever notice that Link has a lot of similarities with Santa Claus? Mostly in the hat. Also in the fact that you can go down people's chimneys. Kind of like Mario. I will always check under a table. Except when I don't. Okay, I forgot if this is a wizard or a... Okay, it's, you know, one of these. When you jump, press up to stab. Okay, this is good. This is probably the man that she was telling me to see in Darunia. Ha 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 ha. Excuse me. I didn't eat too long ago and now I'm hiccuping all over the place. You can do both in one jump session. But I don't think you can do 2. Yeah, I can't go up again after going down. Oh, but that's because I can't go up while on the down slope. But I can go down on the up slope. That's so weird. Why are you like this, Link? Rescue the kidnapped child on the island. Lot of things to unpack there, old lady. But you didn't know. It's okay. It's 2026. Sorry to everybody from 2027. Especially about those giant scorpions you're going to have to fight off. Who would have known that, you know, AI would have invented those? Hey, I skipped the bubbles. Okay, so, mistake. But, I'm taking it because it was a mistake. And also because death pits are cheap. So I'm going to be cheap back. But yeah, you can skip some of these forced encounters by getting a regular encounter on top of the same tile at the same time. Not exactly easy to pull off. Okay, it's not like split-second timing or anything. So I'm going to do the math and find out it is split-second timing, but split-second is actually not as hard as everyone assumes it is. 20? You're not worth my time. Okay, let's stay in the grass. Okay, I don't like the grass. Touch grass, Link. No! Okay, there is not a town over here. Oh. Everyone calls these coconuts. I don't really see the resemblance. More blues. And not the Yoshi kind. Okay, so you should feel safe now. This is an island, isn't it? And that's where we need to go. Oh! Yeah, there's a few hidden things here. Oh no. It's you. Yes. Okay, 150. And there's the child. Alright, cool. I guess I can go back to the town and get the spell. What spell would that be, though? I know 2 of them I'm missing. I'm trying to think of number 6. I'm not joking, I actually don't remember. Or maybe there's only 7 spells. I'm trying not to spoil it by listing the 2 I know of. Alright, we'll go back to Durunia. I guess I didn't have to, I guess I should have done that first. Okay. Wow. I don't like these bugs. Okay. I'm thinking Arby's. Not really, but you know, it's a fun thing to say. I'm thinking the easiest way to get health back is just gonna be going back this way. And dodge. And kill. And kill. Oh, hey, thank you. I am trying to limit how many continues I do use. Okay, yeah, it's a union thing. I really should be putting healers to work instead of just, you know, outsourcing all of my, recovery-related labors to one person, so I have to talk to the healing lady. Also, people are starting to talk. Okay, there we go. Cappy, wouldn't it be cool if Link was a blood mage and he could use his health to refill his mana? Yes, but I couldn't really think of a place where that would help. Or, you know, I can't think of where that would really work. Okay, we're gonna get there anyway, so, you know, I'll spoil it now. The 2 spells that I'm thinking of is literally the spell and lightning. So what was the 3rd one that's not in my magical belly yet? Whoops. And yet, brilliance. Do I block these? No. Reflect. It's reflect. Okay, good. I don't remember what the boss of the island is, but there is a boss that requires reflect. And now I'm starting to get in an alliterative mood. Really reflecting, recovering, reprimanded. Red panda. I don't know. Right. Let's be cowardly. I would rather face a strong enemy than bubbles and pits. Seriously. Cut back to about a minute ago when I said that I was only going to do this because it was accidental, and then I remembered what kind of bull crap those pits are. No. Oh, I did it. Okay, cool. Does Hoverbat fix the pits? Kind of. Gee, Cappy, you really should just be... No, I have to beat the regular game first. You have to see what you have to go through. Kind of. And also, I need to prove that, hey, I beat Zelda II. Regular mode. Not that Hoverbat's easy. There are parts of it that actually are really hard. But they're fun hard, not tedious hard. Hello. Here's your child that I held over my head. You are a hero for saving my child. Come. How old are you? 23. Whoops. Sorry, I was doing a bit. I mean, you know, our numbers are kind of messed up. It's not that people in the medieval times only lived to 30 because they died at 30. It's because a lot of them lived up to be like 60 or so. They were called Frank the Elder or whatever. I like to think that she's now baking cookies with her child and that she completely forgot Link is even there. Let's come back another day then. There we go. Okay. You are a hero for saving my child. Why did you come back in and kidnap him just to return him? Did you think I wasn't going to reward you? Okay. So this is a wizard, because there are no more guards. This magic will strengthen a shield. Alright, this might actually make the fireballs bounce off the shield now. What's my next level up? Is it health? I think it's health. Despite the fact that it's already my highest level. And I would really like some more sword, please. It might have been quicker to go left. I have been playing this game slightly less efficiently. I'm sorry. Also, the wind calmed down. Thank you, wind. What's your elemental aptitude, chat? Sorry, I hate calling you chat. People who are watching this, I've always kind of thought myself more wind related, which kind of makes sense to me. Oh. And then I skipped the bullcrap pits. I guess I'll do these ones. It's the bubbles that make it. The Octoroks, if they get me while I'm over a pit, okay, sure, you got me. Way to go. You're being presented the Medal of Oppression by Ganon himself. But bubbles? No. They just come out of nowhere at the last second, and then bloop. Now you're in the pits. Okay. Yeah, fairy. I probably could use that. Spinnerack. Oh, the days before you had voice acting telling you how things were pronounced. Me and my sister pronounced it Spinnerack. My apologies to all Erics out there. Okay, so yeah, there are actually a bunch of these in this island cyclone thing. Yeah. I'm avoiding them. I've become everything I've ever hated. Okay, sorry I went up there already. I think every bridge is also a... Nope. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything. I will use fire. I will say, though, that fire does eventually become one of the cheapest spells. No hind leg standing. That's been patented. By whom? You know who. Alright, so 2788. There's more fall down pit things here too. So, you know, we're not just trying to get the ear blue. I better equip my fire. We're not just trying to get the palace. Is it worth 100 EXP to use up some magic? Let's say it's not. Ow. I do want to say this is probably like one of the palaces where a huge chunk of the difficulty is just getting there. Feels like the Swamp Palace is also that. Okay, so this is a forced encounter. I'm looking for another fall down pit thingy. I think it's that one down there, so we'll do that. Ah, bugs. Oh, you can... Whoa. Okay, wow. That was a lot of EXP for not that much work. Not that I want to farm them, because they're a pain. Ah, this is good stuff. Alright, so they did think of me. Okay. I might just take the last life level up just for defense reasons. Not even to heal myself, just for defense reasons. So what is here, Cappy? I was certain that there is a heart container here, actually. So now that I've kind of explored, and don't feel too bad about this, Zelda II heart container map. Wow, Map Genie also made one for this too. That's kind of amazing. Been using it a lot for Sons of the Forest. Not all the time, but you know. Oh, okay. So it's over there, is it? Okay, whoever did this only put in one fixed encounter. That's funny stuff. Oh, did you want to see two? I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that. There you go. See? One fixed encounter. And then there's like a secret cave here, a secret cave there, the palace, and then there's a bunch of more fixed encounters, but no, let's not do that. Okay, let's get back to it then. I know you're reading this. Don't read too much into it. It was just a fun little thing between friends. That kind of upset some of them, actually, because sometimes A Link to the Past is harder than you remember. Also, A Link to the Past Online kind of has a issue with enemies respawning when another Link enters the room. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so where are we going? Let's just beat the palace. Oh, you decide to go all the way back for Reflect, but you won't go back for a bottle of magic. I see how it is, Cap. No! Don't read into it like that. I'm just closer to the palace, okay? I'll remember. Maybe. What's funny about the magic jars is the empty jar guarantee. You return the bottle empty, and you can get a full refund. No. Oh, it's attack! Okay, I will do that for sure. But yeah, so for heart containers, you can actually not get the heart containers and still beat the game. But for magic, you actually do need to get them all. You can't beat the last, or the penultimate boss without lightning. And you can't get lightning unless you have all the magic containers. And if you're not leveling magic at all, you can't even cast lightning without all the magic containers. Am I still reflective? Well, I have been thinking about my years in high school, so yes. I was going to say grade school, but high school sounds funny, but now that I say it out loud, it makes it sound like I peaked in high school. Which is ironically kind of true, despite the fact that's a very low peak. Come out of there. I'm kidding. I did not peak in high school. But I also don't really miss high school, except for, you know, like, I guess the order to it all, you know, waking up at a set time, coming home, and it's like 3 p.m. rather than... I know, like, with a job and work and stuff, I kind of have the same thing, but I don't know. You never know if you're on the right track, and school at least gave the illusion that you're on a track of some sort. You know, just go to school and eventually find success. Okay, I'm gonna have to edit that out. Not the death, but the crazy lights. Okay. Jerk. Okay. I can make this jump. Told you. Why did you doubt me? I can make this jump. I think I saw something just slide into the lava. Okay. Fine. Sometimes it... Oh, it was you. Yeah, I don't really want to fight you. You go into the lava. You're only worth 70 anyway. Okay. I remember this palace being kind of annoying. You have to fall at particular parts and then get off at particular parts. You don't eventually die. It's not like it becomes a pit that kills you. But it somehow breaks physics by making it so it's a pit that resets at the top. I think. Could have sworn that's what happens. Maybe it's what I wish happened. Thanks, guys. Needed the EXP. Okay, so I have a key. Here is a lock. Oh, it's a item. Here, come closer. Okay. Rah, rah, rah. I should probably be using shield more often, but yeah, here's the boots. No explanation for what they do. They're just in your inventory now. But it's funny because you'll find out when you leave what they do. Also, we'll make it easier to get the magic up. I regret to inform everybody that the epidemic of watching Cappy's old vids has gotten worse. At first it was just Jaeger Kid, and he would start commenting, which is cool, but it's like, no, Jaeger Kid, don't watch that stuff. The very first video, in fact, I'm very ashamed of because of the audio issues. And then when I mentioned that, Chrono Tripper started doing it. No, this is not an invitation for other people to start doing it. You can take it as one, but don't. I will say though, at least Jaeger Kid eventually got through Crystallis and got to Cube Tractor. And if I'm being honest, I feel like Cube Tractor was the first thing I actually felt proud of doing. It was a game that not many people were playing. Yeah, I stole the idea from Norvermine. You heard it here first. But he only played like 15 minutes of it or something like that. And I went through the whole thing. And I kind of, you know, gave a guide on how to get the master ranks. You know, for people who love achievements, like me. And, you know, I feel like, to a degree, you know, when you help people like you, it feels great. But it also reminded me that this is actually where, the Iron Genius started watching my stuff, because he was also playing Cube Tractor and trying to get the master ranks or something like that. And so it was kind of cool that I made my first YouTube friend that way. And then we recorded things together, but, you know, I was too weird on timing. I think you'll find that I'm very bad at scheduling stuff. For now. Do I have another key? Yes, I do. Okay. Come on out, Wizrobe. Or don't. Okay. I think the rule is there's like a 10% chance an enemy will drop magic, and if their EXP value is worth more than 50, it's going to be a red magic. The more you know. Hello, bears. These are bears. I thought they were dogs, but you look it up and they're like called bear stones or something. Okay, this is gonna suck a little bit, but it's worth it. Okay. You hit the blocks fast enough, it sounds like you're saying, come on, come on. If you can hear over the music. Okay, let's get out of here. Now, let's actually make sure about this. Zelda II enemies. What are they? Zeldapedia, help me out here. Ooh, realistic graphics. Okay, one of these days I'm going to forget to set it back to the game. And that's going to suck. These are not all the enemies in the game. But didn't it start with bear? No. It had bear in the name, though. I'm almost certain of it. King Bubble. Wizard. Tin Suit. Rope. Ropes are back. Yeah, it says Zelda II. Would you like some clam louder? Oh, hey, look, it's Majo. Man, he's really fallen on hard times. Okay, so it's not that. Maybe it's one of these Mews? No, definitely not those. What is my problem? I was sure that they were called something with bear in it. Or maybe not even bear, but like the German word for bear, Bären. Burn. I don't know. Now, oh wait. There it is. They're called maws, and they are dog heads. What is my problem? What is my major malfunction? Okay, yeah, let's just go. Time for a very, very inside joke, but do you think that when the maws gnash their teeth, they are gnash maws, and thus belong in Ott Ergen? Okay, there's no map of the palace, so we just kind of have to go based on what we know, and what we know is very little. So I'm going to use the elevator. I'm really beaten up. Okay, so this is where we got off, and then we fell down the pits. Yes. Okay, so let's do that again. In fact, we're going to do it twice, because it's so fun. Okay, so yeah, it does eventually end in a pit of death, but thankfully a bridge will catch you. If you ask nicely. This again. And I only have enough magic for shield or jump, not both. Ha! I've been here. Okay, thankfully I was fast enough to make the bubble go off screen, so yeah. Jerk. I think you can stop these by killing them. Magic bottle actually would have been nicer. Zelda II online, how would that be? That would be pretty crazy, but I think I would do it. Especially with the 6 players we were doing. Okay, so... This is the key room, isn't it? That I was just in? Yes, it were. Okay. The boots don't help at all while Link is standing up. Wait. Didn't I go through this once? Didn't I I confess my deepest embarrassments when I couldn't describe this game to somebody and said, it's Link, but he's standing up. I think I did. Okay, so it's this elevator again. Is there more places to go? Well, we're actually pretty close to the entrance, and I would prefer not to die. So let me backtrack a bit. Okay, so that's right. Let's go left. Yes, okay, we got this. Everything on the right's been discovered, I'm sure. Yeah, I needed to have Santa Claus powers. Technically, I mean, I could have grabbed 2 keys and gotten myself hurt. There we go. We'll try left first before we go down. Oh. Burp, burp, burp. Ow. It's always that guy, too. It's gonna be one of those things where you see one of those and you're like, oh, countdown till Cappy death. I can get more lives, but they are limited on the overworld, or they are very, very hard to grind for if you get them EXP wise. You know what? I don't feel like it, Mr. Krabs. There. Oh. Okay, so... Cappy, no, you're gonna die again. Don't worry, Bloody Kenshiro, I got this. Okay, so... 667. I think the next level was magic. I wasn't paying attention, though, so... You know, somebody can make me look stupid. And that somebody could be me. Or, you know, Eddie, as it were. Sorry, hiccup again. Jump. Almost got me. Okay, so I definitely need to come this way. I would like your 100 EXP, good sir. I don't know how the sword works in Zelda 2. And by that I mean I don't know how sword power works. Does level 1 sword do 1 damage and level 2 sword do 2 damage all the way up to level 8 sword being 8 damage? Or is it some sort of exponential thing? Jerk. I said jerk. You were oh. There you are. I hate the enemies stealing EXP. They're really annoying. Thank you. That's twice as much EXP as you're going to give me. Because I don't know. I could have sworn that Link to the Past does it a little bit differently. Burp, 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 burp. Yeah, okay. Oh, man. Continue. How do you save in this game? I don't know. And that's kind of why my, not using a save state version of this game has nothing achieved. It's level 1, still at the start of the game. Because I haven't saved yet, because every time I die, I continue. And every time I die, I discontinue. No! Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, so... Really? So I'm just assigning Eddie all of this editing work. It's gonna be funny though. You're gonna be like, you know what? I don't normally laugh, but that time it made air come out of my nose very slightly faster than normal. Good show, Cappy. And I'm like, thank you, that's exactly what I was going for. I don't know what to call those. I call them chuffs. My boss doesn't really laugh, he chuffs. If you make him laugh, he'll go... You know? I guess we can get the magical bottle. Hooray for that. Yeah, I can walk on the water now. With these boots, so I can go right to the palace, which is nice. But instead of that, we are going to get the magical bottle, I think. Oh, I'm strong enough to kill Octoroks in one hit. Excellent. That's not it. It's gotta be, you know, I wasn't paying that much attention, but I think it's this way. There we go. Yay! Okay, cool. That is 7. Where's the 8th? Ironically, you need 7 to get the 8th. Yeah. Last first encounter. Last forced encounter. That's what I meant to say, but then I said the first instead because my mind was on Shadowbringers. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. Okay. You weren't here earlier. What's up with that? Oh, okay. He had the day off when I got here the first time. Yeah, okay. Or no, he got fired last time. But now he's just showing up and pretending that it never happened. And people are like, okay, I guess he still works here. I could have sworn I fired him, but I guess HR decided not to. Okay, I guess he still works here. And then our HR is like, well, I could have sworn we processed the paperwork, but I guess his boss still wants him here, so... Good job, Flying Eyeball Thing. You still work here. Nope, do not try this in real life. It's funny on Larry David themed shows, but doesn't work in real life. This is dumb. As are a lot of things Cappy tries to do. But Cappy wasted the magic on Reflect, so he's going to go for the EXP. Okay. Cool. Shoot. I'm fairly certain we went that way already. This is the thing that sucks about dying in a dungeon and being sent all the way back, is you don't even remember where you were, because there's no... There's no map, and it's easy to waste... Oh, yeah, it was here. Thank you, Torkel. Whatever your name is. I was literally looking at it, too. I think it started with an M or something. Okay, good. You're blue, but you're not the, Morningstar throwing things. Haha. Are you more dangerous under here? Oh, see, this is what I wanted out of life. And I guess we'll go for that pea bag. Waha! And waha! Okay. Alrighty, little... I'm looking at the little square things. Since they're purple, for some reason I'm thinking of the candy called Good and Plenty. I don't really eat those anymore because they have wheat in them because licorice. Oh, is this... Okay. This... I did need reflect. Okay. Okay. Now what's crazy about this is, according to the lore of this game, okay, reflect, like, makes the entire thing blow up. Or, you know, the entire screen flash, not just Link. So according to the lore of this game, the King of Hyrule was kind of in charge of keeping the Triforce of Courage safe. And so all these enemies are actually not Ganon minion enemies, they're actually the King's defenses, meant to test Link. Make sure he's real, you know, even though maybe after the first or second palace you could probably be sure he's real. The real deal. Yeah, okay, we'll do it. And so, even that mage guy was, like, working for the king, yeah. But what's funny is that he resembles very much the original magician that put the curse on the original Zelda. Alright, so what did that do to my magic? Something, or nothing, something, nothing, possibly something, nothing, a little bit of something. Okay. Yeah. And now it's made of stone. Alright, let's get out of here. Da, 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 da. It's only been 50 minutes. I could restart and pretend I never died, and you'd all believe... No, you wouldn't. I get even more confused, because I am not the kind of person who can keep two stories straight. Or, actually, rather, I can't keep repeated stories straight. How it works is, there's this joke. So this guy walks into an office, and he says, "Doctor, you gotta help me. No one can pay attention to me. It's like I'm cursed. I don't understand it. Even my own wife and kids. Like, as soon as I enter the room, they stop paying attention to me." And the doctor just looks at him and says, "Next." Okay, and then I tell that joke again. This guy walks into a doctor's office, and the doctor says, "Next." That kind of thing. There's a checklist. I build a checklist of everything to say. And then when I have to say it again, I don't remember which check mark we're on. So, if I happen, in this very, very small chance of happening, if I happen to be the guy who tells a really funny joke and the entire room starts laughing, and then, oh, look at this, here comes this one person who wasn't there for the joke, but they heard everyone laughing, and they say, "Ha ha ha ha," and then they come in and they're like, "Tell it again." I'm not frickin' telling it again. Don't ask me to. I'll ruin it. I'll ruin it on purpose just to show you why you shouldn't. No, I won't. I don't know where I'm getting at with this. Just troubling annoyances. How many continues am I on now? 2? 2. Hey, I can drink tea. It's one of my many skills. You may wonder how I got so good at it. Years of practice. Oh, right. So we have water boots now. That's what this whole thing is about. And just like Mr. Persistent said, you are persistent, find heart container over the ocean. You will need jump. Yes. Yes, okay. Every time. Okay, I think I figured something out. It was a few Zelda 2 episodes ago, but I kind of lied to you, but it turned out I told the truth. I said that Zelda 1 had a different sound effect than Zelda 2, and that Zelda 1's effect came through on Ocarina of Time for whenever you found an item. And then I was like, and then Majora's Mask has the same sound effect as Zelda 2. That's true, but only true for masks, I think. You know, gonna go ahead and voluntold Eddie for some more work. No problem, he loves it. It's not like there's a entire stereotype around red pandas sleeping all day and not doing anything. I'm gonna have to ferry up there. This is one of the reasons why ferries are required to spell. Yes, okay. Coming back for the key. What are the 4 suits of cards? It's like diamonds, clubs, hearts, and spades, right? But then you do a bit more research and it turns out that there were like 4 different... Oh, hey, I got an achievement. Congrats, me. What was I saying? Oh yeah, then it turns out there were 4 different suits originally. It was cups, coins, batons, and I'll think of it. Through sheer force of FF11 power, I will think of it. How are you still alive, good sir? Okay. Seymour said to Auron. Okay. I'm sorry, I play Zelda, I spoil Final Fantasy X. There we go. Okay, so if you really wanted to get through this game without dying, what you would do is probably find any sort of blob area and just farm them for magic. I think I will farm 1 magic out of this. This feels like a meme. Okay, come on. Oh. I guess I should probably handle you. Oh, now you come on out. I see how it is. Link, you need a 3rd leg to come out of your legs and have a sword fashion and just slice into the enemy like the Iron Knuckles do. Weird place for a conversation to go, yes, but yeah. Okay, 612 EXP. That reminds me of Rico and Jeeves. So these are the Majos. It was very expensive. The king had to import them from Brazil. Especially, you know, the whole life insurance thing, because Link's gonna, you know, slaughter them or something. Unless this Link is the same Link from Faces of Evil, and Shiggy Diggy Miyamoto prays to the Christian God, as it turns out, every day that is not the case. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that. I don't actually know. But if he is the same Link, then his sword has the magical power of not killing innocent people, but making them talk. Or at least that's the explanation behind Faces of Evil, why you stab people to talk to them. I don't know. Hang on, let me check my text messages real quick. Okay. I might just erase that whole thing. Not as bad as my rant I was doing during Link's Awakening, but still pretty bad. You know what? Nah, I'll keep it. I will kill this bubble with my knee. The sword, optional. Knee is what does all the damage. I don't think you can hurt these guys with laser sword. Or fireball. I haven't tried though. Most people have not tried. They get fire once, realize it costs a lot of magic for killing a few enemies. You know, tea time. Total tea time. No, don't play Total Tea Time by Anamanaguchi Eddie. It's just going to get DMCA. I'm like 99% sure. Why are you talking to yourself? It's not myself. It's totally a different person. It's not a representation of a second person doing my editing work to kind of prove myself that, hey, if you want to be as funny or as entertaining as other people, you have to do the work of two people. No. Actually, that's entirely what that means. No. Okay, cool. Can I die? Yes, actually, very easily. This is probably the worst spot to be in. To get hit by the eyeballs, because the fire I can avoid, the eyeballs are a little harder. Okay, we're gonna have to shield here. Everyone wants the pea bag until it's time that they want magic, and then they realize, oh, what a fool I've been. I do think there's life lessons in this game. Like the aforementioned pea bag versus magical jar thing. You ever hear the story about two... The only way I can make this work is to call them grave robbers. They were robbing very rich pharaohs, let's say, and they had like 300 pounds of gold between them. And they're lugging 150 pounds of gold each through a desert, but it's like 3 days until town. And the first one turns to the other one, he's like, hey, I'll sell you a bottle of water for 50 whole pounds of gold. And, well, you know where this is going. Basically, the one of the people gets all the gold and then, dies because they can't carry it through the desert and they sold all their water. And the other one gets to live. Well, that's kind of what's happening here, is you want all the pea. You want all the pea back. I'm choking. But then when it comes to actually living, you need some magic. And despite the fact that sometimes you've been disappointed by getting a magical jar instead of EXP, sometimes it just really comes through and you're like, wow. Or maybe it doesn't. You're waiting for it to, and it doesn't. It's like, even though I would really like some EXP right now, I'd prefer a magic bottle, and then it doesn't happen. What are these, 200 EXP? These aren't really bad for 200 EXP. I feel like I'd switch the Majos and the Wizrobes EXP-wise. Actually, I think those Wizrobes are actually Wizards, because Wizrobes are definitely Ganon-based enemies. There we go. Made my eyes water a little bit. I didn't think it was that funny, but it was kind of that funny. Okay, 200. Hang on, I think I got a text message. No, it's just Duolingo telling me to Lingo Duo. And I just don't feel like it right now. Dare ni mo iwanade ne. Probably mispronouncing that, but good. sucking at something is the first step to kind of being good at something. Yeah, I'll spend another life. Have to make split-second decisions. Why did I go through you? I want to kill a bubble while drinking tea. We call it bubble tea. Now I feel professional. I don't know why I did that. Oop, oop. Haha. Okay. It's your turn. That also makes bubbles kind of more dangerous because they eat a little bit of magic when they hit you. I didn't kill you? Well, maybe I let one live. He can bury the other ones. Cappy, how do you bury a bubble? Well, when bubbles die, they just go to an alternate dimension. And I'm guessing he would, like, open a rift or something, and, I don't know. What even are bubbles? Who decided to have flaming skulls bouncing around the room? It's not just Ganon either. They're here in these, King of Hyrule-based palaces. Wouldn't have been that big a mistake to cast life, but... yeah. There's only time to hit you once. And there's so many sprites on the screen that I can't drink Dr. Pepper. Okay, I'll stop. I guess when they're as a group like this, they are worth 200. Cap, you're gonna finish Majo? Yes. Literally, I have episode 11 sitting in my to be published listing. It just doesn't have a thumbnail or description, and it's 3 years old at this point. Because, yeah. Oh, that was nice. It was actually worth getting hit by the bubble in the end. It was like a guaranteed hitting the Majo. Now, this slight burp, I'm sorry. Why did I sigh? Why do you hear keyboard and mouse wheel sounds? Alright. Oh. Hate that. I type in Google Translate. And then it just takes me to Bing Translate, which doesn't have this. 1 second, please. There. How do you pronounce that?
Mago.
Mago.
Mage.
Which means mage. Okay, so now we know. And knowing is half the battle. 25% of the battle is red lasers, and the other 25% of the battle is blue lasers. We know this from G.I. Joe. Alrighty. I'm having fun with this. I don't see this as a chore at all. Okay, it did just get a little more chore-y just now for unrelated reasons, but it does feel pretty... Oh, you know what? Key thief has thieved a key. We're so close to 4,000. I think we'll let the blue one live. Yes, that's definitely how this is working, not the other way around. I am sparing the blue dark nuts, because blue dark nuts mean the nuts have had mold in them. Fun fact, if you want to eat chestnuts? Yeah, chestnuts. You just carve an X and then with a knife, or an X if you're that proficient, and then you put them in the oven for several minutes. I don't know, 350 degrees. I don't know what that is in Kelvin or Celsius, but it's something. And then they like kind of pop open. But oh, enough laughter. Things just got serious. But what you definitely want to do first and always is put those chestnuts into a pot of water. Throw away any ones that float. Don't ask why, just do it. Believe me. What happens if you open the ones that float, Cappy? Well, you'll turn into an anthropomorphic raccoon, just like no. Oh, that's not 200 at all. Well, it wouldn't have helped anyway. Is this the end for Zombie Link Spear? It might be. Oh, I lived. They're full of mold. And the reason why they float... here we go, here we go, here we go. Level 8 life is for you. 6, 7, 8. Cool, cool. But yeah, if they float, they're full of mold because the mold has been digesting the nut and has turned it into gas, which then float the nut, I guess. So yeah, throw away any floaters. Don't eat them. It's not even a matter of, you won't know you're eating mold. You'll definitely know. And it becomes this sick Russian roulette game of open this chestnut and find out it's full of mold, or you take a bite of one and it turns out half of it was moldy but the other half was not. Or something. What am I doing? I would like some magic. At least enough for shield. Possibly jump. Possibly something. Am I doing you both? I think I am. Efficiency! Okay. I think if I get both on the screen, I can get 2 for 1. And then I can let that happen. Let me guess, Cappy, the hoverbat version fixes this too, doesn't it? Yes, it does. I think there's like an item you can get at some point that makes it so you gradually, very slowly recover magic. It doesn't make the game easy, but, it's a godsend. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm calling it good. Especially with all these bubbles I have to go through. I forgot what I was talking about. I was talking about something really funny, wasn't I? In retrospect, it turns out it wasn't very funny. It was before Link was going to be killed by a zombie Link Spear. I don't remember. We'll just have to go with something new. I always call this guy Mungo. I don't know what his name is. I think you want jump. Well, so much for the, Achievo. Why do you need jump? Because then you can get away from his, ball and chain. It's called a flail, Cappy. I know, but I was about to call it a morning star and then everyone would laugh at me. Wait, is it a flail? I think they're both flails. Now everyone's gonna laugh at me. Thanks. Yeah, go ahead and hit me. Cappy, do these achievements even have any meaning if you can just reload your save state and try again? Yes, but then there's this hardcore version of the achievement where you get like a separate score for it that's worth more points, and it disables the ability to use save states. Now, on a game where you can save anyway, it kind of makes a difference, I guess. Or, yeah, only makes a minor difference. Cool. Here's another palace done. Did I get an item from here? I don't remember getting an item from here. It has to be the flute, though. Nowhere I can't soft lock myself. Oh, hey, attack. Definitely will be taking that. Yeah, there's still something here. Okay, let's go back. I don't have any keys. I don't have any cheese. These are ropes, huh? I don't know, I'm kind of annoyed with Zelda enemy names. Because, you know, you'll have two things that are very similar. And it's like, no! That's not a Dark Knight, you idiot. That's a, Iron Knuckle. It's like, okay, well, the armored enemy could have fooled me. But then you have two completely different enemies. It's like, oh yeah, this one's a rope, this one's a rope. Oh, you thought that was a Goma? No, that's a Diadogona. But they're exactly the same. I don't care. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight. Maybe I should. But we only have one more palace to go, actually, so maybe I should fight just for EXP reasons, but I don't want to keep this going too long. But I do want to hit level 888. So I can be just like Game Guy 888. Real YouTuber, by the way. It was because of him that I watched a few episodes of his Ratchet & Clank Let's Play. Realized that I was in a PS2 coma for most of the 2000s. Went out and bought all 3 Ratchet & Clank games on the PS2 used. This was the mid-2000s, so it didn't cost an arm and a leg then. And then I was like, wow, this is really good. I'm glad I watched this. Now, unfortunately, you know, the fact is, you know, you can say, oh yeah, see, this is a example of a Let's Player selling a game. Well, unfortunately, you know, it was a used version, so it's not like any of the money went to Insomniac. Oh, that was good. Double hit espresso. And I could really go for an espresso. Or no. A cappuccino. I don't even know what these things are. I mean, you know, like, apparently in Americana it was like, oh, this is where it's supposed to go. Hey, thanks. I would prefer not to break the blocks. Ultimately, I prefer not to die. That's what we're going with. But yeah, I don't know, like, espresso, cappuccino, all that stuff. I just know things smell good. Give me some of that. Also, oh, I know a fun fact about this place. This place, oh cool. In the Japanese version, too late. There was supposed to be a boss here, I think. It was going to be the guy who rides on the horse, so pretty much very similar to what was there anyway. Inner way. Okay. I guess we're gonna have to fight here, Anakin. Even though I had the high ground. Yes, Stealthy Golem, I'm still waiting for you to finish Zelda II Winter Solstice. I know I'm the only one who commented on it, but dang it. Finish it! Did I come this way? There's Majos. I wouldn't spare a Majo alive. Not after what he did. What do you do? I don't know! But I have to make it sound suspicious. Mysterious. There we go. Okay. I don't believe we went here yet. Okay, I have been here. But I didn't go down that earlier elevator, did I? Okay, let's do that first. I mean, it's 100 free XP. I don't see why not. I'm gonna need it. Nah, I'll spare you. You'll be wounded, though. The scar will stay with you forever. And you can remind everyone, don't mess with Link. He did 14 of my 50 hit points worth of damage to me. But Grandpa, don't you fully heal once Link leaves the screen? And he'll say, oh yeah, that's right. I guess you can mess with him as much as you want. Question is, why did my wound never heal? Is Link still here? Yes, even monsters get creepy stories of us. Just like, what was it? I Am Legend. Minor spoilers, because I think that's kind of the whole premise of the story, is what if monsters had monster stories, but it's about humans. Okay, I got one for you. So there's this internet meme from 10 plus years ago that in some games you can't sleep when there's enemies nearby, and that must make you think while you're sitting in bed unable to sleep, maybe there's enemies nearby. Now you can read into that however you want. I prefer to think of Monster of the Bed rather than it turns out my significant other is actually plotting to kill me or something like that. But you do you. So I have a question for you, or something along the same lines. And that is, if you're playing a tabletop RPG, maybe there's dungeons in it, maybe there's dragons in it, and you're at a tavern and a werewolf breaks open the door, but it turns out it's a friendly werewolf because, you know, it's just the kind of game you're playing. But then an enemy werewolf breaks the door, and your character's like, uh-oh, I don't know what to do. I've never fought one of these before. Oh, right. By the way, here's where the boss would be, and then there's this hidden wall. I don't know why I'm ruining the story by throwing multiple werewolves in here, but I thought it'd be funny. Your character, you know, the player is like, oh, I know what to do. You just gotta use silver. Look for some silverware, but your character doesn't know this. Are you allowed to, have your character pick up silver and just start going to town on the werewolf? And the answer is no. That's called metagaming. Or at least, I think that's what it's called. But you can kind of be like, well, my character goes over toward that really rich table that just happens to have a lot of silver cutlery on it, you know? And it's like, it's not really metagaming, but it kind of is, because you're only going there because of something you know. And now, dear listener, because you're not viewing, I'm on a second monitor, I have a question for you. When have you looked at the front of the building and thought, maybe I shouldn't go in there? You don't know why, but it's almost like you're a D&D character and your player's like, I decide not to make my character want to go in there. Yeah, okay. Oh, almost got him. You know, these, people say they're foxes. I don't know what they are. They kind of make fighting anything else in the same room with them less rewarding, less likely to happen. Okay. I've almost got a full level out of this. Just, you know, backtracking. It's almost 1:30. Not time-wise, just game-wise. Where's your helmet? I decided not to wear my helmet because that would give you 20 more EXP. Talking about metagaming. There we go. Well, I got a key out of it. Now the question is, where is the item? In the Hoverbat version of the game, the dungeon palace doesn't turn to stone. But you will have an indicator if you've gotten everything out of it, I think. I prefer that a bit more. Because I can never go back to Parappa Palace. Never, ever, ever. Oh, here we go. Majo. Okay. Anyone from Brazil, tell Majo to stop hitting me. I can't speak Portuguese. Oh, but that's a meme of its own. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you get to hear Cappy work stories. Once upon a time, Cappy worked in an organization, and despite the fact that he wasn't very high in the organization, he had constant emails with people who were, because he had a very important job that affected like 1 in 2 employees of the organization that employed thousands. And Cappy was still very new, but somebody sent him a what do you call it? Oh, you're not dead yet. A digital pamphlet, we'll say, that was supposed to be for our organization. Get further from the door, please. Thanks. And it was in Portuguese. Cappy decided to click on it and read it, but Cappy was not smart enough about data stuff that he used his Google, his Gmail password to access it. This gave a hacker access to Cappy's email, who then sent emails to everyone else, and Cappy was very embarrassed. Why is Cappy talking about himself in the third person? I don't know. And it became kind of a thing. Our IT department saved the day, kept anyone else from falling for it, but it became kind of an ongoing meme that Cappy would be attending Portuguese classes or something like that. I'm not even kidding. This is true. You can tell him yourself, Mike, if you're watching this. And if you are, you have to tell me. It's kind of weird to call me Captain at work and not, tell me, hey, I know about your internet life. This is not good. What was I doing? What was down that way? I'm just kind of playing this on autoplay. And, getting a bunch of EXP. I'll go here again just to make sure, but I kind of remember getting everything. I wouldn't be like, oh, okay, good thing I came back. Okay, anyone who's treating this as a first modder Let's Play, as in watching on your first modder, not on a second modder, while you're, I don't know, leveling something in RuneScape, or exploring how to level up your programming skills with boot.dev. Use code word something for 0% off, because I'm not affiliated or anything. I've just been trying it out. It's okay. So I got the whistle flute. We can leave. What's the best way to leave? The quickest would probably be through the boss way, but I don't remember which way that is. But yeah, if you're watching this on your first modder, you probably were really, really confused as to why I did not open that door with the key I clearly had. Oh man, this one's funny. This one is hilarious. I don't know. It may not be as funny for you guys, but I'm actually laughing at my own stupidity a bit. Okay, so I'm going to try to go the boss direction for bosses like me. Would I want to learn Portuguese? It's up there, but it's like, I've tried to learn Mandarin. I'm currently studying Japanese. I said in like an episode or two ago that German would also be pretty cool. Portuguese doesn't sound too off, but I think what gets me is how different the pronunciation is. It looks like it's written in Spanish, and you like start trying to read it in a Spanish like way, but no, it doesn't make those sounds at all. And then some of the words are completely different, like fox. Don't ask why. I just happen to know how to say fox in almost every language. In Spanish, fox is Zorro or Zorro. So yeah, the guy with the what do you call those? Fencing Deegan, who in the black mask who stops the bad guy in Mexico or whatever. His name is literally Fox. In Portuguese, Raposa. Sorry.
Raposa.
How to do this again?
Raposa.
Raposa. Even though it starts with an R, it's
Raposa.
so, I'm not unused to the idea of false friends. That's a term. That just means that, you can't trust a word that looks like a word in your language to mean that same word in this other language. Kind of like in French, librairie. Oh, that's library. No, that's actually bookstore. Well, then how do you say library in French? It's a bibliothèque. Yeah. False friends. Oh, what about that word? And what about gift? How do you say gift in German? I don't know. But if you say gift in German, you're saying poison. False friends. Ah, mathématique. That must mean mathematics in French. Yes, actually. No other caveat. Sometimes you can trust them. That's what makes them false friends, is that you can trust them until you can't. I'll go for one more magic, because this one's kind of paying out. Okay, 3 more blobs. Raposa. I do think it's funny that a lot of words in Japanese are loan words from English. There we go. Like, I know kitsune is fox in Japanese, but, like, for some reason, a lot of them tend to say fokusu. As though they're trying to separate the regular animal from the mythological being, I guess. And then you have red panda, which is resa panda. It's like, okay, sure. Why not? I was hoping you'd have a cool mythological name for it too, but I guess not. I don't think we're going the boss direction, guys. Call me crazy. Oh, shoot. Not a fan of this, because you can fall in and die in one hit, because you can deserve something. There. Take that. Alrighty. 7, 7, 8, 7, 7, 8. Yeah, I think we're just going out. I think we're just leaving. Magic? No. Okay, now it's a stone. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And this goes right to a town, right? Yeah, okay, good. Good, 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 good. So what's the whistle do, Cappy? This. Nothing. Except something. At 3 very particular parts. Let me guess, Cappy. The Hoverbat version fixes... Yes, it does. In the Hoverbat version, just like Zelda 1, it will summon a little tornado that takes you to different places. You teach things. I am proud of my ignorance and do not want to be taught. There we go. Heal me. Have you been proud of your ignorance? Kind of. I don't want to start any wars here, but I was kind of proud of the fact that I'd never watched an episode of My Little Pony, despite the fact that it was getting popular. And then I watched animations by Hot Diggity Demon called Pony.mov, where it kind of made it go off the rails and crazy and a little. And then, like, the very next week, they canceled MLP, the actual show. So I think I had a hand in that, just by being near it. So, you know, maybe you don't want me to be part of your fan club or whatever. Cappy, it turns out that you're the reason why Zelda 2 is so hated. Well, there we go. There we go. Okay, so I don't know where I was going with this. I guess Link's Awakening is going to go down a few points now that I've played it. I know what we're doing. We're doing whistle-based things. We're going to go to the last palace with the power of whistle. And then we'll do that. And then maybe we can do the final Great Palace. That's the last area. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been Captain D playing Zelda 2. And I'll see you next time.